me about guys. What can they do, even from a basic perspective? Just a basic couple of tips just to get started.
Well, the key word that you just said is basic, right? So guys are a little bit more basic than a female would be. So we're going to keep it simple and we're going to keep it easy. And that's the main thing to do. When you're a guy, I would not, you have two options. If you're not a barber or a hairstylist, I wouldn't suggest cutting your own hair or fading it. Okay. Or better yet, I wouldn't try to fade it. If you're going to try to cut it with scissors, that's another, that's kind of sketchy as well. But you want to be simple. So the easiest way to do it if you're a guy and you're trying to maintain your hair is to have a simple trimmer, which most guys usually have anyway, right?
Dog trimmers?
No, not dog trimmers. Just something simple that a lot of guys already have in their medicine cabinet. If they kind of, whatever, they buzz down their chest or their arms, if they go to the gym and they don't want to look hairy and they want to look maintained. So something like that usually works. You want to always make sure that your neckline is pretty trimmed, right? You don't want to look sloppy. So you would want to file your neckline in the back and make sure you do a line. Most guys, you could use a 3-folded mirror or a mirror in front of you where you hold the mirror, you grab the buzzer and just kind of do that line. You don't have to be perfect and precise with it, but you want to be clean. You want to just be able to clean those hairs around your neck to look put together and clean, correct? Like you don't want to look sloppy. The main thing with guys that make them look sloppy right away, it's not so much the long hair, because guys can have long hair on the side and they gel it back or they push it forward or they mess it up. What makes men look sloppy most of the time is having long hair on your neck. And so most guys hate that.
No, and something, question now, just to go back. So like, let's say there's a guy and he doesn't have it. Like what kind of trimmer from Amazon, I guess, whatever they can order, like what kind of trimmer for something basic, just to maintain exactly what you said, what's something basic that they can get? Like what type of
Well, there's a lot of different companies out there. I mean, you primarily you want to spend around $40 to $65 on a good trimmer.
Okay.
Anything less than that, it's probably just gonna.
Can I do it with a razor you shave your legs with?
No, I wouldn't suggest doing it with a razor because it'll sometimes, depending on your skin sensitivity, it'll make you break out. Like I do razors on my clients, you know what I mean? But I know how to go against the grain. Sure. Most guys, if they just know how to shave their face, their back of their neck,
razor bumps.
If you take a razor and you go beyond a certain line and you chop the back of your neck, which has happened to some of my clients, it's over. Now you're gonna get a fade. You're gonna have to either fix the back with a skin fade or fix it or have a good barber that could taper you out.
But again, you guys are bringing this up, sorry to interrupt, is because a lot of men are like, you know what, I'm just gonna use a razor and do it. But then there's a problem that can come from that. Like you got to follow some basic steps, basic rules, very easy, keep it clean, follow the instruction, what you just said. And it's pretty simple if you follow that guide, right?
Right. But, and sometimes you don't want to use a razor because a razor will be too dramatic and drastic, right? A trimmer will give you more of a soft cleanup that'll look more natural. If you use a razor, it'll be bald and then bushy and then it'll probably look even more sloppy and will accentuate the hairiness of it.
And even if you, let's say for lack of a better way, if you screw it up or like, you're not used to doing it, it should be a little bit easier to cover or fix with a trimmer as opposed to more dramatic or drastic with a razor.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's a very important distinction you made for all these guys out there. That's super key and important. And you were saying before.
I've witnessed it. Trust me, I've seen some of my guys that come in that are my clients that will take a razor and have tried to do it, and they'll be like, they'll tell me, they'll sit in my chair and they'll say, don't say anything, just fix it. And I'm like, did you learn your lesson? And they go, yes. And I go, good boy.
And I'm going to have to do a lot of fixing like after when all this is said and done. But at least at least you're giving us some basic. I'm sure your clients are freaking out right now, reaching out to you right now. Oh my God, I screwed this up. I need this. This is why we're doing this, because there's a rhyme and reason, but there's a myth. There's true and not true. So don't rush to do with the razor. You can use a trimmer. So at least we have one basic thing. What else do you find that's something basic and easy that men should adapt to, get used to doing? Like now, just to help them going. Like what else do you recommend? From daily, like upkeep or feeling good.
Okay, so if like I said, you want to maintain your neck. That's one of the main things, right? To make yourself look well groomed. The other thing that gets out of control for many guys is their sideburns. Their sideburns will get really, really bushy, and that'll bother them a lot. And they'll be like, oh my God, like I look like a wolf. Like this is so bushy. I look like Elvis. Like, what am I supposed to do? So what they'll do is, because they don't know what to do, they'll take a razor and they'll chop it. And then you look like you got a third grade haircut and you look ridiculous because you're 55 years old and your sideburns are chopped here. And now you just look silly and you have to wear a hat. And that's not even going to help.
No.
Right. So for that, these are the two most important things for guys. Clean the back of your neck with a trimmer. Try to follow the guide. Even have your wife sometimes, somebody like you could help Evan. You could just kind of just clean it. Just clean the outside edges will make a big difference. The other thing is that if the hair is too long on the side, your sideburns are out of control, you want to take a number 2 clip, usually a number 2 clip.
How do they know what number 2 is?
It'll say it on the clip. You'll have a buzzer. If you're a guy and you manscape and you're gonna have clips, right? For whether your chest or your arms or whatever it is.
If you don't, you better get one that has a number 2 clip. Go on.
Yeah,
Ask
listen.
your wife. The wife might have one, or she might have one that she uses for the dog.
Right. Or you might have to use. But listen, bro, it's 2020. If you don't have buzzers and a trimmer and you're a guy and you don't have nothing to maintain yourself a little bit here and there, then there's no hope for you with this advice I'm giving you regardless.
Then
just
get a razor.
wrap it up and put a hat on. And just,
Get a razor and some Band-Aids.
Yeah.
Wave the white flag.
Right. So you what you want to do is use a number 2 clip on the buzzer. A buzzer is different from a trimmer. It's also in the same price line, 40 to like $50, and you put a number 2 clip in. What you're gonna do is take the number 2 with the clip on it, and you're only gonna go up to right here, right where you're just gonna take the 2 and just brush off that and brush off that, and that what's gonna do is gonna clean here your sideburns. You're not gonna touch your hair, because if you take a number 2 and you go up here,
right before you hit the ear.
Yeah, go right before you hit the ear, right here. That's your guide mark.
Yeah.
All you're doing is taking care of your sideburns.
Can I ask?
What?
So if I was a guy, I said, I don't understand why they don't I just shave my head up to here and just wear a hat.
Yeah, and you'll look like you have a mullet like Tiger Joe on that.
I just wouldn't.
No, exactly. Exactly. And most don't
What do you mean you wouldn't take your hat off? What if
So if guys.
Okay, so the quarantine ends.
Then
now
you
what?
get a haircut.
I got work on Monday. I can't get a haircut till Friday. I'm gonna go in with my mullet.
And they have work.
Yeah,
so don't do that. That's another not to do. Another not to do.
Yeah.
Because I would have done that probably. If I was a guy.
So if I'm a guy and I order and I get the buzzer and it has the number 2 clip, well, I want to start here, and I just go right up to where right here is kind of where your eye meets, like kind of your ear, like that line, kind of like eye level.
Right. Remember, the lower the better. So you don't want to ever go too high, because if you go past here and you're up here, now you're in fade zone and now you're in trouble.
That's only for your sideburns then. So now what about all that here?
Yeah.
This is my point.
Sideburns was like a big deal. Just to say is because I know every guy's been wearing a hat every Zoom meeting I've been in with like my team and stuff like that. I just see those hats keep coming, and you can't miss what's going on here. So
yeah, sideburns makes a big difference, because like I said, guys are more basic. If you just clean your sideburns up, then you could style your hair, whether you push it back, gel it to the side. You could clean here. As long as this is clean and your neck is clean, you can get away with things as a guy. It's a little bit.
That's 2 easy tips that are doable, just for me.
Right.
No one's saying go crazy. Leave it to the professionals. Don't start trying to YouTube how to cut my hair and doing all this craziness.
Right.
Those are easy tips. And
that's all you got to do. Just keep it basic till then, because, hopefully this quarantine will end soon, within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
We hope.
And depending, but I mean, that's the best way. If you really feel, my last tip, if you really feel you get to the point where you can't take it, your hair's looking gross, you try to maintain your sideburns, your neck is completely out of control, your last option, what some guys are doing, would be to shave your head on a 1 or a 2 and marine cut it like you are back in grade school. Just boom, and then just wait, till it grows back and start a fresh start.
That's our last resort, though. But if they follow step 1 and 2, they can maintain.
Yeah,
and
of
then
course.
If you're trying to avoid step 3, going full buzz, full marine, okay?
Yeah.
Now, gel goes a long way. do you prefer, do you recommend men use a gel? Like it's getting long, it's getting really from thicker your curly hair. Like what do you recommend?
Very one to go back.
So gel is a thing of the old. I don't ever recommend my clients to ever use gel. What I do recommend them to use is a pomade. Pomade is almost, it seems like a gel, but it's not. It's like kind of like a
jelly,
like a stiff, clay or wax almost, but a lighter texture. Yeah, and and it's a very, very good substance because it holds your hair together. And that's the one thing that's really important. When you can hold your hair together, especially in a time like this when it's very long, it'll keep everything compact, even when it's out of control. Gel won't do that. It'll separate it. It'll make it look sloppy.
Correct.
So always go for a good pomade when you're in the store if you're a guy. And
push back here,
yeah, just whatever it is. If your hair is super long here or whatever it is, and you've got to push it to the side, a good pomade goes a long way.
Don't kind of go with the flow. Follow the direction of the hair. Don't force it to do something, right? Or no?
Right, and pomade, like I said, a pomade will keep everything compact, which is very important when your hair is extremely
even
long.
like when a brush, would you tell them to use the brush to help flatten it like a greaser?
I mean, depending on your style. Listen, you don't want to complicate things and then start doing hairdos that you've never done, and you're like a guy and your hair's long, and then your wife is like, "Oh, what are you doing? You're going through a midlife crisis," and you're like, "No, I'm just going through a quarantine."
Don't start experimenting with your hairstyle right now when you're home. Okay.
Yeah, just
they turn into like a greaser from Grease with the hair slicked back.
Hey, honey, I kind of like my hair like
Bring
this.
out the jacket.
Yeah, so just keep it simple the way you're doing it. You know, it's going to be longer. I understand it's sloppy. And guys, trust me, my phone has not stopped blowing up with guys needing haircuts. We're going to get there, but maintain it with those 2 to 3 basic steps. We'll go a long, long way.
And pre-book your appointments. Because when it opens,
oh yeah,
good luck.
Well, what's the let's say people want to make appointments with you guys. What's the best way for them to get in touch with you guys? Through your Instagram handle? Like, what's the best way? Because we gave people real tips, real time, basic, easy to maintain, but where you're not intimidated by it, and you could start to feel a little glam. You can kind of start to feel yourself. As a man, you can feel like, okay, I'm kind of feeling good. I'm getting in a groove. I kind of feel I guess the new norm, but normal, like a little bit. It's a pick me up. It's a perk. So like if they have more questions, if they want to book when we get out of this, what's the best way to get in touch with you? For you guys, Instagram handle?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can follow me on my Instagram, and then you could always DM me. My email is on my Instagram as well if you want to book an appointment with me. And then I could, if you DM me and you want to book an appointment, I could refer you right to the salon that I'm located in. So my Instagram, if you want to just keep this in the notes, is Will, WILL _A, B like boy, I _ RAF, like the letter like Frank, EH. So it's, you can contact me on there or follow me. I don't put a lot of my hair stuff in there. I put more of my modeling stuff, but yeah, feel free to contact me and I'll always get back to people, especially new clients. I'm always still looking on to, gain new clients and stuff like that.
That's awesome. And Chris, for you?
Yeah, so if you want to follow me on Instagram too, and you could shoot me a DM, it's makeup by Crystal _, but my name is spelled very tricky because there's a million ways to spell Crystal. So it's makeup by, and then Crystal's KRYSTLE, and then _.
I mean, I'm in awe that we covered basics for men and women today. I've learned so much from both aspects, like even things I can speak to Evan, to my husband, but even from my son. I'm just amazed, and this is just basics. We've only just begun. I mean, you guys are like the ultimate book of like beauty tips, health, wellness, lifestyle that we've only just even opened. We're in the introduction, so I'm looking forward to our future sessions. I mean, Will, I want to do like a whole session because guys don't know how to style their hair. This is a great time to take a step back because we know there's a plenty of guys out there that have been styling their hair very wrong. And you could do something that works for you. And I'd like to cover some of that because they don't know how to style their hair. Or, you know what, I know I've been styling it wrong. Or maybe there's a certain way. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. So you're going to walk us through that. And then, Crystal, we've just begun. We have to do eyebrows. you are like an eyelash maven, which people don't know that yet, but they will find out when they check out both your Instagram handles. They're going to learn so much. And they'll be like, oh my God, I can't wait to get back. So
yes, I have tips for girls with their eyelash extensions for in-betweens of what to do. So stay tuned.
Oh my God. So thank you. This was awesome today. I hope you had as much fun as I do. I'm like a kid in a candy store. My mouth hurts from like smiling so much. I'm so happy. But this was awesome. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to next time. And
Yes,
I'll have pictures to see how I did with my own tips. So,
yes, next time I want to see your glow. I want to see that highlight. And you could even bring your son on and he can tell you what to do. And let's see you do the buzzer and
Yeah, that would be a fun idea.
Will can walk you through it. Like, oh, wait, what do I do now? Okay, up to where? Up to the ears? Did I get it right?
I'll put myself out there. Yeah.
You're going to take them from the first tip to the third drastic tip within a
He's
second.
gonna be like, oh my God, Mom, do you remember you were live and you did this to my hair? But there's no time like never. And he's young enough, so let me do it. I mean, my mom used to put the bowl on top of my brother's hair. He used to cut it around like that.
Yeah, the garage cuts.
Oh my God, they actually did that.
My mom used to do that too.
Totally. So we've evolved a little bit since then. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. God bless you guys. I'm looking forward to next time I see you guys.
God bless you.
Awesome. God bless. Thank you so much for having us. It was a blast.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.